Hey guys, what's up? So I'm gonna do a quick reading. I don't have that much time because I have to go to Dunkin' Donuts because it's Friday, and Friday is my Dunkin' Donuts day with my son. So yeah, even though he spends all my money anyways. Oh, don't kids do that though. So anyways, I don't want to do a specific zodiac, but I haven't done readings in a while, and I don't know. I just haven't, and I want to. So I'm gonna do their hidden truth. All right. Actually, I'm not gonna take that one. So right now, if you are in no contact with your person, or if you're just on the rocks, or it's just like, I'm just gonna say, or it's rocky. If just like things aren't going the way that you'd like them to right now, or if they pulled back a little bit, this could just have a little bit of input to what's going on with them that you're not aware of, okay? So right now they might be a little bit scared of you. I don't know what's conspired with you guys recently. There could be more of, yeah, there could be more of a letting go of oneself. So there could be more open communication coming, or you're opening up to them more something along those lines, okay? Because we have yeah. So I did have thank you for, or the spiritual lessons or something. So this first card says we need to let go of each other, right? Or yeah, we need to let each other go. So the reason, I don't think it actually means we need to let go of each other as in like a breakup. I think it means more of we need to let go of each other for who we thought each other were or are. Because you might be looking at each other differently from who you, oh, okay, cool, than who you really are. This is so funny because like normally like I'll have my own like thing going on and it will feel like it's crap. It will feel like it's related to the same kind of thing and somehow, but like I've had a huge shift happen just yesterday. So now it's like, I'm reading these completely differently. So, okay, so we need to like let each other go. So what I feel by like that is that the fact is you guys might have looked at each other as your masked selves, because then like finding out the truth crushed me, right? So you guys could have been manifesting each other, not even knowing it. And then when something negative conspired within the relationship, you guys kind of separated. Now, whether you guys are actually in a relationship or not, or have a title or not, there could have been some kind of soul contract already set into place that was supposed to bring both of your true selves out of you, of who you really are, right? So like you could have been like lying to the world of who you were, or like just not showing who you really were, and then this person came into your life and then somehow it's all coming out and you like don't understand. Now me personally, I'm more of the communicative one, but more physically, which is weird because I feel like I might be the more spiritual one. I don't know at this point anymore, but I think maybe I was in the beginning, and then over time he grew into his self, whether he knew it or not, of who he was or who he can be or who, you know, whatever. Like I think maybe of me affecting his life, coming into his life, is what helped him bring himself out of himself that maybe he didn't know he had, or he could have known, but like I know he has really incredible manifesting ability. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, I feel like he wanted a certain type of relationship, and energetically he matched up with me. But because of all the stuff that happened, it made it look like I wasn't the energy that he actually thought I was, or I wasn't the energy that he was looking for, right? But the more, you think about what it is you want, the more it manifests, whether there's resistance or not from you or another person, if it is a relationship. So it's like, see, I looked at the cards and I was like, I need to read the cards. And it's like, no, you don't. So there could have been one of you are thinking more about what it is you do want, and one of you are thinking more about what it is you don't want. So it's clashing heads together, which is causing friction in the relationship. Because finding out the truth crushed me. So exactly, like, you could have been wearing a mask and they could have been wearing a mask, and then all of a sudden the truth came out, and everything could be crap with you guys now. Or there could have been something that happened that they did that contributed to this ending or this complication, right? I remember every detail of that day. So there could have been a specific day that made you guys like completely be like, okay, I'm either moving on, we need to have a break, we need to separate, we need to whatever, go our separate ways, whatever, right? They're saying, I wish I could share my good news with you. Now, okay, when it says that, I don't know if it's an upgrade that they're going through, or an awakening that they're going through, or some kind of, news with if they have a kid, or you guys have a kid together, or if they got like a promotion, or if they started school, like something that they might have wanted that you knew about, and that you knew that they were trying to succeed in. They're like wanting to tell you, but because maybe you guys aren't talking, or maybe because it's not the time to, they can't, or they feel like they can't, or they're just not. I knew exactly what I was doing. All right. So when I see that, when I feel the energy on it, it's more like they could have been testing you. Now, back in the day, since yesterday, sorry, since yesterday, I knew exactly what I was doing. Okay. This will go in a couple different ways. All right. I knew exactly what I was doing could be a negative force, or a negative outlook, or a negative energy that they were putting into this relationship, or they were purposely testing you to see how devoted and committed you were to them. But instead of them seeing the truth of your feelings, or this could be vice versa, your feelings, they, instead of pursued the relationship, they kept kind of doing what they were doing, maybe just because of the attention. Now, I knew exactly what I was doing could also mean that they knew that they had like these kind of manifestation skills, and that they had already dreamt up somebody, or they had already had some kind of desire of what kind of relationship or what kind of person that it is that they wanted. And so this entire time they've been manifesting it. And in my situation, I feel like my person has manifested the truth out of me, whether I knew it completely or not, or if he knew it completely or not, or if I wanted him or anybody else to know, right? So I bury myself in work to forget you. I thought I said I bury myself in work to not forget you, but I was like, no. So right now, they could be working on themselves, because like it's under, we need to let each other go, right? So it's like the way that they would be able to do that is letting them go first and taking off their mask, especially if you've already taken off your mask, or they've already discovered who you are under your mask, but they haven't shown them. Again, vice versa. Any of this can be vice versa. you know your situation better than I do, and I'm not gonna, whatever. It's easier to just be like vice versa, because you guys will know, and I don't have to literally feel into it more to, I need to go, pretty much. I'm not half-assing this, but like, I'm not doing fully. So yeah, when they might be burying themselves into work also, not because they're trying to like forget you, but they're trying to forget like you as in like who they thought you were and who they found out you are, or they eventually started realizing the more that they thought about what they wanted, the more you grew into the person that they wanted. So now they're seeing that you are their person, but they didn't understand what was going on. Because like I said, if you guys were going through stuff and like you were triggered into something that you weren't, and now, you know, now they're seeing that they are manifesting you more, or they're manifesting you more into who you are, whether they realize that that was them doing it or not. They're learning their manifestation skills. Because it says, I can't stop thinking about you, right? Finding out the truth crushed me. So it's like when you can't stop thinking about a person, especially when you're thinking about a person and what it is you want, it starts to manifest. And if the other person lets go of resistance, or the other person lets go of letting themselves be who they are and not trying to hide it behind a mask anymore, then you will be more discovered and more apparent, transparent, whatever, in your approach to things and in your approach to who you are, right? So underneath, I remember every detail of that day is I know that I crossed the line. So like I said, they could have been either pushing you away so they could manifest you from, okay, it's like they were manifesting you from far away to see if what it was they were thinking really was what it was. From that, like, I wish I could do the good news. They could have learned their manifestation skills that they didn't know of before. And now it's like, they know now that they crossed the line, because now they're realizing like you really are the person. Because like you can, okay, when you're manifesting your specific person, like, yeah, you can want somebody and you can try to turn that person into that, but like you can't really turn a person into something that they're not. So like you have to embody who they are in order to match their energy and to match them. If there's no alignment between each other, there won't be any way of accessibility to each other. So I feel you, though, even though we're apart. I feel you even though that's weird. I feel you even though we're apart. I feel like I should say, even though we're apart, I feel you, or something. So you guys could have like some kind of like psychic connection or telepathy connection, telepathic. Because when it says I feel instead of like I know or something, like it always reminds me more of energetic. So depending on how energetically connected you guys are how strong you are gonna feel each other. Yeah, see, like, again, like, I wish I could share my good news with you. I feel you even though we're apart. Maybe they are coming to the realization, maybe you already knew this, but maybe they're now coming to the realization that you guys have this kind of connection, and you could have told them before and they could have just been like, yeah, you're okay, because they didn't believe in it. But now that they're wanting to share this good news, it could be, hey, guess what, like, I'm realizing like I do have these gifts, like I do have what you were saying, I'm sorry I didn't believe you, you know. And they might not be opening up to you about this because they're either having fun with it, which is ridiculous, because if you're on the other side and you're like, you know, like, can you like move it along, like, yeah. I'm just kidding, but I'm not. So yeah, so I'm so attracted to you, right? Again, underneath, I knew exactly what I was doing. So if they started seeing you manifest into the person of their dreams, it's because of how attracted they are to you, right? Because the more attraction that they had to you, the more they couldn't stop thinking about you. And the more that they couldn't stop thinking about you, the more they knew exactly what they were doing, because they were seeing their outer experience become their inner desires. So they might not have communication with you because that's what they're doing right now, or they're trying to figure out a way of telling you without feeling like you'll think they're weird or stupid or whatever. But when they found out the truth about this, that you were the person that, because okay, so like you guys could have had separation or kind of breakup or some kind of thing happen, and then they started thinking about the relationship that they had or that they wish that they could have had with you, and then all of a sudden you start turning into it, or you start manifesting into it, and now they're seeing it and they're like, holy crap. Like, but once you let go of who you are, right, and you let you be who you are, and you whatever, like, I don't know, I guess it's easier for another person to manifest who you are. So you don't have to do it, right? You just let them do it. But you don't know if a person can do that unless, like, you know, yeah, like, I want you, I'll wait for a sign from you, I wonder if you were happy without me. You could be moving on. We'll be together soon. I'm like, you could be moving on or not. You came closer than anyone. I love you unconditionally. So, okay, so with the, I want to feel that way again. Yeah. I want to feel that way again, right? The psychic connection maybe you guys have had in falling out. So many things remind me of you, which I think are the thoughts that they have in their head about what they are that you want. I love you. I am not available. So like I said, they might not be having, yeah, see, I mean, I know I'm going through the deck, but it says I am grateful for the spiritual lesson, which I think might just be them coming into their own power of seeing how well they can stay focused on what it is they want, and learn that their manifesting skills are actually valid by seeing the outside turn into what it is that their internal dialogue is. And you come across people that are like-minded. You come across people that are the same as you, the same kind of people that you are, right? So if they're seeing sides of you that they didn't really understand before, and now they're seeing it within them, they're kind of like, oh shit, you know, like, because they might have been either scared of you in a way of not understanding where you were coming from, which is also why you came closer than anyone is such a big deal to them. But at that time, because you guys were both on different wavelengths, it's like the time just wasn't right for us, right? Which is why there needs to be some kind of letting go of the ego, of the mask, right? I am not available right now could also be something that they know was their fault, but they blamed on you to have instant release of guilt. I wish I could take back my words. Again, I think that was more of the whatever they blamed on you, knowing that it was them. They could have said something harsh, or they could have just in general, like the fact that they like know that they blamed you, like their words or their whatever, like they blamed you, like they wish they could take those words back, right? I know I messed up everything again, which is under I am not available, which because they messed up everything, the universe might also not be letting them have any access to you, which makes it like you can't have access to them because they can't have access to you. But when you align with somebody that is just like who you are, you can lose is that what it was? You can lose yourself within them for a little bit, which also can make your person the reason why they are not available right now. You don't know how hard it was to let you go because you were the best thing in my life. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Which again, this is why things are manifesting, because if they're thinking so deeply about you and how things could have been, or they want things to be, and now because, you know, you guys had to let go of each other, now it's coming. Like if they were trying to control you, or they were trying to control you into being who they wanted you to be, it's like maybe like as soon as they like let you go or let the situation go and stop trying to control you, that's when you started becoming who it was that they wanted, or who it was that they might have thought that you were, or the relationship that they wanted. Because they're not trying to make it be that way anymore. They're letting it happen on its own. And depending, because, you know, it was my fault, but I blamed you, you could have some kind of confusion right now believing that, which is why it's difficult for this to even come together, because there's no availability right now, because the time isn't right, because now you're in a funk believing that things are a certain way, or they feel a certain type of way about you, which isn't true, but because they made you believe that for so long, because maybe they were trying to control who you were, control the situation, control the relationship, because they were too scared themselves. Yeah, I hid who I really am. Sorry guys, my alarm clock keeps going off. I hid who I really am from you, right? Again, it was my fault, but I blamed you. Because you were the best thing in my life. You were the best thing I ever had in my life. You and I were too young, right? I always see that card as like you weren't mature enough to handle the relationship. I don't react when people mention you. Okay, so the reason why that could be that is because they know that they messed everything up. And in the past, they could have talked badly about you. And now they're realizing like, oh, they could have not even realized that they were blaming you for something, that then now they're realizing that, because it's underneath also like, I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. So they could have came to a realization that like it actually wasn't you, and that they just weren't seeing things for the way that they really were, because they weren't awakened yet, right? So the separation could have really helped, because once the separation happened, they weren't in it anymore. So if you feel like they're disconnected from you, or they don't love you anymore, or nothing like that, it's not like that at all. It's just the fact that being out of it, maybe even out of guilt, or something really did go down with you guys, and you could have not even have been you, which made you look a certain type of way, and they were like, yeah, okay, you know what I mean? But now that they're not in it, and they're thinking about how they did want it to be with you, or how they want a future relationship to be, because they could have been like, okay, this is it, this is my person, this is the kind of energy I'm looking for, and you came along, and then all of a sudden, like, because you guys like maybe hadn't healed yet, because you still were too young, you still were in a trauma bonding kind of way of having relationships, and now they're looking at it differently. But because they were thinking maybe how it was that they wish you were, or who they thought you were, now you're turning into it, because they're not trying to control the situation anymore. Because I'm afraid to contact you, right? I said that. I have to go. Like, I have to go. I want to tell you how I feel, right? So they might be wanting to tell you how they feel, but they're nervous of contacting you and telling you because of everything that went down between you two. They're gonna maybe have to admit that they were wrong to you and take accountability, and maybe they don't like doing that, or maybe they just aren't used to doing that, or maybe they just don't even want to admit that they did anything to you in a way, because it makes them feel bad. See, yeah, I'm becoming a better person, and that's under I hid who I really am from you, and it wasn't my fault, but I blamed you, and I love you. You came closer than anyone. I am grateful for the spiritual lessons. The way it's I don't know if you can see it. So like, it's not like they're one after another. That's why I like just said a bunch of them, because that's like the proximity and whatever the word is that they're around. Okay, I want you. I look for you everywhere. I don't think it's in other people. I just think maybe there's synchronicities. We both know I'm not the one for you. I think that means just like who they are, who they pretended to be is not the person. I feel you leaving me behind. Yeah, you could be moving on. I'm starting to understand our connection. Exactly. I replay our conversations over and over, and maybe now that they're understanding better, they're knowing that you guys will be together again because now you're letting go, and they're letting go of who they wanted you to feel like they were and becoming a better person. And now they're ready to tell you how they feel because you were the best thing in their life. And they want to feel that feeling again. And you don't know how hard it was to let you go. Because maybe they didn't want to break up or whatever. I couldn't let you get close to me. Again, they could have been in some kind of situation. I left you before you could leave me. They could have been starting to see that you were the person that they thought they were. And they were like not showing them true selves. And it got like so deep into like a problem that like they didn't feel like they could come forward and be like, this is who I really am. This is what was really going on. Because you would have been like, yeah, okay. You know? So they regret lying to you now. You speak to me through music. It is time for me to heal now. Yeah. Becoming a better person. Being able to want to tell you how they feel. Because they know they messed everything up and they're done hiding who they really are from you. Just being near you is intoxicating. That's why they feel like they can't be around you while they're doing this process. They're hoping that you can forgive me one day because they can't be more than friends, if anything. They wish they had treated you better. I know I was a distraction from your pain. That could be in any type of way. I wish things could be different, obviously. I wonder if you're happy without me. My life is not as together as it seems. I will wait for a sign from you. I think I already did that. Okay. Bye, guys. Love you.